cute eyebrows. You name it, we can do it. No one's real. It's plastic versus reality. People are now plastic. Plastic people, that's what we are. Coach Greg, and today we're going to go over why is it that some of the girls have such a small waist, maybe they have abs, but at the same time, they're not really lean anywhere else. They might have thick thighs, round glutes, and not really have low body fat levels, but yet still have a flat stomach or even shredded abs. Like, why is that? Have you ever wondered that? Okay. A lot of people think that the fitness industry promotes these shredded girls. They actually don't. Most of the girls with the most amount of followers have a small waist and a lot of curves. Curves in all the right kind of places, okay? And I know a lot of the women out there are thinking, I want to look like that. So they follow these girls and use every single gimmick that those girls are trying to sell them. More spews for more views. After all, you want to look like this. Why don't you? You're trying to look like your favorite idol. So if they tell you something, you're going to tend to believe it and do what they say. So here's the problem. It's mostly freaking genetics. You cannot spot reduce. You can't just wear a waist trainer, for example, and have shredded abs just because the waist trainer is on your stomach. You can't eat a certain way. You can't train a certain way to have abs and keep all your fat where you want it. You want to target the fat in your stomach? Sure, why wouldn't we? We want a small waist. I want a small waist. Girls, you want to have huge round glutes? Probably most do. But you can't lose fat in one spot unless you're born to do that. Some women are genetically predisposed to lose fat in the abdominal area. Good for them. Those same women are probably complaining, oh, I carry so much fat in my legs. I don't like my legs. There's cellulite in my legs. But guess what? You see these gorgeous women with all these curves posing perfectly in the best lighting, arching, photoshopping, doing anything, taking 100 photos and posting the best one. And you see it, you think, oh, I want to look like that. Guess what? They don't look like that either. They themselves don't look like the picture that they're showing you. Trust me, they don't. So if you're trying to live up to their expectations, not even they can live up to their own expectations. I'm going to read this message from Isabel Christina Flores. This girl has crazy ab development to the point where people are writing in saying, is that fake? Are those ab implants? Is that liposuction? How come her abs look so good? Well, this is what she wrote in a post. In order to have abs, you have to have a low percentage of body fat. Whether you do it by surgery or liposuction, it's going to eliminate the fat for the moment, but, and get this, it generates flaccidity. And no, men, we're not talking about flaccid in your private areas. We're talking about flaccid as in like loose skin. It's not tight to the abdominals. So don't think you can have a huge belly and just say, oh, I'm just going to go over and get that there liposuction done and I'll have a six-pack. No, you're going to have a shit ton of skin left over. It's going to be saggy. You ever seen somebody lose 300-400 pounds? Does it look like they then have a six-pack? They have a bunch of loose skin, which you actually have surgery to remove. If you get liposuction done, don't expect miracles. Don't think you're just going to have a six-pack. You might actually need surgery to remove excess skin to get to the point of seeing the abdominals. So you could, in fact, get the surgery and look worse than you did before because of the loose skin. Take women's breasts. What used to be a D cup, if you lose a lot of weight, might now be a B cup. But guess what? All that tissue is replaced. So the skin is now loose and sagging down. And it gives a look that a lot of women don't like. So guess what happens? Surgery, breast augmentation, breast implants, because you want to have the large chest with the small waist. So what happens? Women, if you want to get that hourglass look that you see in the magazines or on social media, chances are you're not going to get it. The unfortunate truth is if you lose weight, it's likely to come from everywhere. You're not going to be able to lose all the weight in your stomach, keep your breasts at a D cup, keep your glutes as big as you wanted, and only have a small waist and have curves everywhere where you wanted. Not going to work like that. Chances are to get your abs the way you want, you're going to have to shrink your breasts and your glutes to half the original size. Could be way smaller than last time. Then you're gonna be like, oh, I want my curves. Then you're gonna watch some channel, how to get thicker. You see it, all these girls, the thicker trend. Oh, you gotta eat a certain way to get thicker. No, you're just gonna get fatter than last time. You can't just say, oh, eat this way, and you get fat in your glutes and your breasts and not in your stomach. Genetics is how that works. If you're fortunate enough to be born this way, and think, there's billions with a B females on this planet. Some women out of the billions are so fortunate that they lose all the fat in their stomachs and keep it everywhere else. Lucky for them. So I'm looking at Canna Devoto's account. She's standing from behind. You look at the lower hips. She has plenty of body fat. Obviously, she's healthy, but she's not ripped by any means. She's at a healthy body weight, somewhere between 21 and 32%. You know, ideal healthy range of body fat for a female. But if you look at her from the front as she turns around and you look at her abdominals, you're like, oh my goodness, look at her abs. She looks shredded. You're like, there's no way she's in a healthy range of body fat. Looks like she's going to compete. But if you look at the abs, but you look everywhere else, it's like, whoa, no. She has body fat just in different areas. Is it liposuction? No, it's just picking the right parents. Sorry, you chose the wrong parents, and she chose the right ones. Yeah, she did. She chose the good parents. The kind that gave her the small waist and the abs and fat in all the right places. And I'm looking at another account. It's _Ange Baby. So what I see is a girl with a flat stomach, ripped abs, huge breast implants, and normal body fat distribution everywhere else, but hardly any in the abdominal region. So the cause of this is twofold. If you get enormous breast implants, gonna make your waist look smaller in comparison. You take a selfie, you lean forward a little bit. The chest is closer to the camera. The waist is further away. Objects that are closer are gonna appear bigger. And some of her other photos, it looks like she has the smallest waist in the world. You don't think this is a professional at taking photos? She knows exactly what she's doing. And she's trying to give the illusion that she has the impossibly small waist. Her legs are closer to the camera. The waist is back. The waist looks tiny. It looks like her waist is smaller than each of her thighs. The chest is closer, makes the waist look smaller. Arch your back, stick your glutes out, makes your waist look smaller, glutes bigger. Every photo is carefully designed to make you, the viewer, think that, oh my goodness, this is impossibly crazy to look at. Is it possible that some of these women are getting ab implants, liposuction, and you name it to look better? Of course it is. But not many people are getting ab implants. Liposuction, yeah, of course you could do it. But you're gonna have to go through months of suffering after that's over. What else is there? Photoshop. Are you kidding? Do you know how easy it is to Photoshop a picture? To make your waist look a little bit smaller, to make your breast look a little bit bigger, to change your V-taper. A small micro change on a photo, a different filter, can make the look completely different. So my message is this: stop looking at the photos and thinking that's real life. Photos on Instagram is like a movie. Incredible Hulk isn't really the Incredible Hulk. It's just a human, and then they edit the video to make it look like a 20-foot giant monster of a human being is turning into real life. It's fake, it's pretend, it's make-believe. Photos on Instagram, make-believe. Just look at the photos and assume it's not really real, even if it is real. They're using the best angles, the best lighting to post the best photos, and why wouldn't they? So set yourself up with realistic expectations. Stop believing all the lies. Another thing, so many of these girls have waist trainers that take photos while wearing the waist trainer. It's literally squeezing the life out of them, and then they're taking photos. It stems back hundreds of years, corsets and so on. They might even have a corset or waist trainer underneath the clothing that they're showing. They might be wearing Spanx. I think it's called Spanx. Underwear that sucks everything into the right places. And look at clothing now. The scrunch buns. It squeezes the inside of your ass cheek so you can see your bunghole. That's what the world's coming to. When I was a kid, the only time you saw what a girl actually looked like was in the summer. Maybe you might have seen one in a bikini once. Our brains are warped compared to reality. We wear every single pants. It hides the cellulite. It rounds everything out. It shows everyone in the best of light. It's great and wonderful and all that. But at the same time, it's also misleading people into thinking that there's a chance they might actually look like that in real life. You meet a girl at the bar to push up bra and makeup. Wait till you see her in the morning. And the same goes for a guy. You don't know what people look like for real. We have skewed perceptions of what real people actually look like. Nobody looks real like that anymore. Just think, lip filler, Botox, filler in the cheeks, breast implants, ass implants, liposuction, hair extensions, tattooed eyebrows, you name it, we can do it. No one's real. It's plastic versus reality. People are now plastic. Plastic people, that's what we are. So stop thinking you can actually look like that. That is the real problem. There's nothing wrong with trying to look like that. The problem is thinking you need to or have to look like that, or judging your self-worth on how much you come close to looking like that. That is the mistake. So strive for perfection, but don't judge yourself based on you achieve it or not. GregDoucette.com for coaching. Greg Doucette, IP Pro. Blooping up 2 videos. Watch at least 1, probably 2. And until next time, I am out. My throat's tired.